Hello? Hello, hi. Hello, Connor. Hello, hello. Hey, Constantinos, hi. Good evening, good evening. Yeah, so today I want to brush up my all return macro, maybe expand it. Right, and see what I can do with it. Because it's quite out of date, since it was made for the times when in multiple return scenarios the last one was the result, and since then the language changed its convention entirely. And there was also something else, I think, like must got removed from the language, so I don't have to care about it anymore and stuff like that. Yeah. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'll just reread the source code of this all return, see what I need to change, and maybe. So now it's like in a control flow module in my like SOCD project, in my Hitboxer project. I should probably extract it, because I actually don't even use it here, surprisingly enough. So maybe, and so if I go here and, for example, maybe I can, I guess, move it. No, not change mode, move. Yeah, the projects. I like this. This will still compile, right? No, it won't. Let me remove it. Yeah, now it compiles. And does it still build? Does it still run? Wait, what? Oh yes, OCG. All right, yeah, we just totally don't use it. Nice. Yeah, so let's. Yeah, let's just move control flow from source tree. Maybe I will return it at some point later. Nice, and we will gonna work in a separate source tree. I guess I can git init here. Yeah, and yeah. Guess I can open the terminal, and I probably should add it as a modules, modules. Right, so let's create modules dir, and then move that to modules. Right, so it's here. And I guess here we will have sort of like a main that will act as kind of a tests or something. Right? This would be cool if I already had my testing framework ready. But I really don't. And I don't really want to use it now because it's super undercooked. Well, we'll just create a main.jai. And we'll just start using it here. So import. Right, we'll just do this. And we'll just start using, I don't know, something like this. Excuse me. Content. Yeah. Gonna be content 2, and one is gonna be the same. Actually, read entire file is a very bad example. I just realized, because read entire file is actually a cheater because it still has success as a second variable. Yeah, I just realized that read entire file is not actually changed. So that's a bit of a bummer. So we need to figure out something else. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll just do my read entire file, and where's the module? And I just do content success, right? Name 0 terminated, log errors, and then just return them backwards. Yeah, table find. Yeah. Table find, another good example. That's a good point. So we're gonna read itself. Or maybe write something like this, and content 1, and then print. Oh. Content 1, content 2 should never print, right? And now it it's not gonna work. Well, even if I get all the syntax correctly, because it's undeclared identifier or return. Also, this is how it's. Let me import it here, yeah. So I need to have a custom meta program. Hey Alex, hello, welcome, welcome. The savior of Hollow Knight community. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Right. So how do I guess I just make build a jar, right? So the way this macro works, I can't actually just straight up use it. I actually need metaprogram. It can't work any other way besides this. So I started drafting a metaprogram plugin there. But I think I've never finished it. Right? Can it even work? Unable to find module called control flow. What? Why did it only... So try to search here. Yeah, it does need metaprogram because you have to parse. So why does it need metaprogram, right? Why does it need it in the first place? Because when you call or return, it must check returns of this procedure that calls it. And you can't get access to it from within the macro. Because from within the macro, you can get like a calling context, sort of. But you can't get here in case if you, for example, right, if this gets called like in a scope, you can't get out of it. You know what I mean? So you actually need to parse it from the outside. Yeah. So if there was a way to escape the containment from the macro all the way up, then you would not need it. But alas. And yeah, I don't know if it's actually like gonna be useful. I just want to do it because it's fun, to be honest. But actually there is sort of I think I want to use. So I might not ever use or return, but I might use something that yeah, I also handle it manually. I might have use from something that, you know, like or log or like or log error. This won't need to go all the way up, but you can do something like, you know, like read the entire like file, right? And then you fuck up boy, right? So something like this. And then this will like pop out a success value, and if it's not successful, you get something like this. Or maybe you could even, you know, insert like a system error. You know what I mean? And I assume this scenario would not need like return value. Oh shit. I have stream streaks now? I never had those. I'm pretty sure, so Twitch doesn't enable stream like watch streaks on all channels because it's still considered an experiment. I mean, it's not really new, it's just you don't have it on all channels. And my channel did not have it for the longest time. So I guess they enabled it on my channel as well. Interesting. Yeah. Look at this. Now you can stream streak me. Ah, they just enabled it on all channels. About 3 of my streams ago. Okay. I see, yeah. Oh, thanks for being a dedicated viewer. Randomly Twitch shows notifications in Russian, even though my language on this site is set to English. I think you might have gotten hacked. Anyway, so let me... What the fuck? What is this? Ah, yeah, because control flow will also contain others. All right, makes sense. So I don't have plugin because it's in the wrong. It's like. Yeah, it's like in the wrong directory. So I guess I need this. So I want to keep it isolated here because I want people to call these programmatically if they want. And this as well. Well, actually, this was before recent refactoring to default metaprogram that John did. So now it's a bit easier for you to invoke metaprogramming plugin programmatically. So I might not need to do this anymore. Let me read the change log. Because there was something. Yeah, here, default metaprogram. Factored out colon of init for all the different plugins so that anyone reproducing this functionality in their own metaprogram has less code to paste. But you still need to paste, so you still can't just call like init and pass a plugin name, right? Also, randomly Twitch shows. Yeah, there. Please watch first minute of this. What is this? Introducing ChatGPT Atlas. It's gonna be some like fucking AI slope. Okay, let's give it a go. So what do we have here?
Good morning. Today we're going to launch ChatGPT Atlas, our new web browser. This is an AI-powered web browser built around ChatGPT. It's something we've been super excited about and working hard on for a long time and really excited to share with you today. We think that AI represents like a rare once-a-decade opportunity to rethink what a browser can be about and how to use one and how to sort of most productively and pleasantly use the web. Tabs were great, but we haven't seen a lot of browser innovation since then, so we got very excited about the opportunity to really...
Let me guess. Chromium fork.
Really rethink what this could be. And in the same way that for the previous way people use the internet, the URL bar of a browser and the search box were a great analog, the way that we hope people will use the internet in the future, and we're starting to see, is that the chat experience and a web browser can be a great analog. So we got to work designing...
Just tell me, is it a Chromium fork? Where's the link? OpenAI unveils. It is a Chromium fork, I see. Fucking slope. Hey, Raphael, hello. What's up? Yeah, it is a fucking Chromium fork. Well, yeah, it's yeah, and it's, even if it didn't have like AI slop on top of it, it's really hard to take new Chromium fork seriously when you know for a fact that there is a whole blown like a team that works on an actual, you know, new browser engine, and they're having like a decent progress and have like a clear timeline, and they're quite like sufficient. So it is very hard to take those seriously now. Now it looks like you know, the Ubuntu-based Linux distro from like 2012, where the only change was like a wallpaper pack or something like that. Let's check default meta program to see how much code you need to like paste. Yeah, Raphael, I hope you're doing well. I'm actually doing very well. I've been to dentist today, and dentist told me that there is a good chance of me to actually save my fucking tooth. Yeah. So we are pogging, at least for now. So maybe I won't have to spend like 500 to like 1k euros to get an implant. Yo, Leonte, hello. What's up? Knee deep in porting certain software to a certain console, and it's pretty cool. Nice, nice. I mean, I wish I could do something like this. Because the thing that I am knee deep into, one might call interesting, but it's certainly not as interesting as this. Excuse me, my mouth, inside of my mouth tastes like shit because of the dentist appointment. Yeah, I'll be the god of mad AI. Yeah, I'm already like, I have a bunch of AI slop installed in my computer, all possible fucking agentic like coding helpers. I have all possible like integrated. I am fucking Bill Gates tier, like inject the shit into my veins. You know what I mean? On the bright side of things, I will have like absolutely no issue to find a job in web industry in the upcoming like fucking 20 years probably. You know, if AI bubble will keeps growing, I just have the right buzzwords to my resume now, you know what I mean? And if AI bubble bursts, I can just advertise myself as AI slop fixer. Hey, vibe coders, generated security hole, just hire me. So yeah, I am set for life. Somebody has to generate all the free Jai content the AI get to be trained on. I mean, I posted about it on Twitter actually. I tried agentic coding for Jai for my Hitboxer code base. And you know what? Jai compiler is so good, like Claude has absolutely no issue generating syntactically valid Jai code. It would try to generate like a C-ish pseudocode, and it would run the compiler. Compiler would produce like a good error message, and AI would fix the error message by generating like valid Jai code. So for example, one of the instances of those was it generated select ternary, like with a question mark, and after compile error, it was able to rewrite it to fx. That was like, wow, this is cool. That was like a cool moment. And also the fact that compile times are very fast, it is able to fix errors very fast as well. So that was a cool point. But I mean, the actual code that it generated was still kind of shit. But the code was valid and it was compiling, okay? I really hope Claude did not steal Jack compiler though from my computer. Yeah, it does have no fucking idea what it's doing. This is absolutely true. This is absolutely true. In my case, so I was working on the multi-threaded logging for Hitboxer, right? And I did it, but I know there are couple like race conditions in it, and I wanted to check if it was able to fix those race conditions. So I just pointed it on that specific file and said, okay, this has race conditions, and figure it out and fix it. And it was able to figure out race conditions because, I mean, I guess because of comments in the code. But the fix was, at first, it added like mutex locks and unlocks on the receiving side. So on one side of the contended resource, but not on the other side. So one side would check the mutex and the other side would never touch the mutex at all. So absolutely like useless mutex lock. And when I pointed it out, it's like, you're absolutely right. And then it like cloaks everything the fuck up. So it just pulls a giant lock around the whole like procedure. Like, nice. I guess I just write it single threaded instead. Yeah, ship it. I mean, it's multi-threaded. It's gotta be faster now, right? Yeah, I'm like, thanks for the code, bro. So yeah, it has no fucking idea what it does. About what it's doing. Yeah. And for web, I had more success with it. Like, it's all right at generating CSS. So that's, I guess, 90% of my usage of AI at work is I like fucking generate Tailwind classes with it, or like vanilla CSS, depending on the project. And sometimes you would have to tweak it around, but it is able to produce those to a nice degree. Also, another good case I found for it is sometimes I would export SVG from Figma, and I need to convert this SVG to like a React component. So it also can do this pretty well. I mean, yeah, and yeah, local LLMs, they will be even worse, right? Because they're way less powerful. Wait, how did you get a framework desktop? Do they just deliver it to your country, or you ordered it through some kind of like third party? Just interested. You ordered it in March. April, May, June, July, August, September. Really? 7 months? That's fucked. I used OpenAI and Grok yesterday to diagnose gnarly regression in LVM21 in Clang, to be precise. When outputting WASM took a while, but it was helpful. Yeah. So overall, I would say, for me, LLMs were net positive for sure, like in my work. But I just hate this fucking LinkedIn and Twitter trend where some clowns just, oh, if AI doesn't write 90% of your code for you, then you have skill issue. And you open the bio and this is some like fucking AI salesman, like GPT wrapper salesman. It's of course. I see, Leon. But I guess at least you get the delivery option at all. For example, they don't deliver to Serbia, like just period. And I would buy myself a framework laptop. because I don't really need like dedicated graphics, you know, unlike John. Because I saw like John's review of framework, and I mean all of his issues is just with the GPU, but I'm pretty sure it's fine for just, you know, like a Linux kind of web dev environment. I mean, there are two types of people who say that. One type of people is snake oil salesmen, right? They have AI products and they want to build up hype. And another type is just fucking liar LARPers who want to get likes on Twitter and on LinkedIn. I'm feeling pretty okay about the product that I work on professionally, because we don't try to claim that we solved like AI coding, and our product is kind of a niche. It's kind of a niche thing for, you know, kind of design driven sort of, yeah, it's literally just design driven code generation, right? We take like people's design and turn it into code with LLMs, just sprinkling stuff to make code more like human readable. So it's in a very controlled environment. So this is how we make it useful, right? It doesn't try to generate any sorts of non-trivial stuff. It's all like landing pages and the very, very like small, simple projects, you know, like language learning cards, or a fucking like dog walker contact form, stuff like this. For this situation, it's all right. But you know. But now, hey guys, do you have LangChain in your microservices? Can you hire me? I can do your LangChains now. We have LLM slop in Linux now, so that's fun. What do you mean, Leonte? Do you mean like local LLM at your in your framework desktop, or something different? Or do you mean like in Linux kernel? ChatGPT generated an enum to string function for you in C. Damn. Was it just like a brain dead switch case, or did it pull off like a, you know, genuine like C lexer to parse out enums? Some subsystem maintainer that merged some random code that looks generated? No, I haven't seen it. Unfortunately, no. I say unfortunately because like these days I don't have time to keep up with drama. Even though I immensely enjoy it, unfortunately I only ever see like new Linux drama when Brody Robertson posts a video about it, because that's the only Linux related YouTuber I watch. And it's pretty much all the source of my Linux drama these days. But yeah, this sounds fun. Doom scroll Twitter. I would say lately, the last like month or maybe 2 months, Twitter was just write only for me. I barely even scroll it. I just open it, shit post, and then I just fucking close it. And then interact with my impressions. And I would maybe like once in a couple days I would open like follower tweet feed and just see what people I follow were up to. And they usually don't repost Linux drama. It is switch case with a variant name to string macro hack. Ah, I see. Yeah, so yeah, the hashtag. Yeah, I see. Yeah. I mean, that's better than just brain dead switch case. Right. At least it's not just string literals copy pasted. So that's better. What do they want to do? I started crashing out about AI slop and what did yeah, I wanted to check default metaprogram source code to see how it needs plugins now. To see how much stuff I need to do. So what is plugins to create? You need plugins. Does do anything else for plugins? Message loop workspace. Do you need to call it manually in your metaprogram? In the latest? You mean the shipped one or the one that's about to ship? Because I have this. I have the all 218 from what, like last week. That's shipped, I see. Yeah, so there you go. So so you do need to call it manually, I guess, right? Or can I just add my plugin to the list manually? So init. Where was the init plugins? Yeah, plugins to create. Plugins. Well, it would be cool if instead of doing this, I could just, you know, in my build, I would just add my plugin to the array of plugins and that's it. And it will just magically initialize. Call the parse and then handle remaining args. I see. So this one. Arguments like to the output plugin to create. Ooh. Oh, and it returns dynamic array. Holy shit. Wait, this might actually be the thing I need. And then I add my shit here. So I guess I need to call like init manually, so I can't like just inject it or something. So I need to just call init myself, I guess. Add build strings, init plugins part 2. All right. Do I need to manually call? Do I need to manually call this? Like finish, shut down, all of that. Maybe I don't. Like, where did this array comes from? So it's coming from here. Between parse and init. So was it in the change log? It wasn't even a change log. It was, so I guess it was just like a secret change. Or maybe it was somewhere like down below. Yeah, so let's maybe try it out. So yeah, I guess I will have to create a build. And then let's import a bunch of crap. Bro, where is my... Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I see. That makes sense. That makes total sense. Right, and so we just do this, right? Create workspace. So I need to parse. I need to call this at some point, and arguments is compile time. So I guess would you... Oh, fuck. Yeah, so we do something like this, and then we can add... We can add this. We can add a plugin here. So let me just load that. Modules. I think that's the path. Let me compile. I need to import metaprogram plugins, right? Yeah, there you go. No program entry. Cool. Let me open actually. Now, what do we do here? Where do you add? Yeah, here. So at some point we do this, and at some point we call compiler and intercept. No program entry was found. Ah, it's literally here, bro. What are you talking about? Ah, add build file. No, it's here. Begin end. Oh, damn it. Set build options DC. I need to do output false. Before I'm intercepting, right? Yeah, before interception. So somewhere here. Yeah, there you go. And then there was a set build options piece. Just column options. Yeah, there you go. I think that's it. Yeah. Thanks, Raphael. Have a good night. I'll probably figure out, and if not, I'll just call helpers manually. I have a way of calling them manually. I just figured I might try metaprogram plugin. So options, args, success. Now I have plugins to create, and now I can add my plugin here. So exactly the same way they add check. What is P? It's a pointer, so let's do the same thing. Or maybe. So here's the plugin. It's called or return plugin. How do they just set a name and that's it? Huh. And it's gonna get imported automatically, right? So the init will insert the string. Yeah, and it will insert import automatically by name. Where does it? Module name, yeah. So I need to expose it in a module for it to work. I mean, let's do this. So this thing. Add source, handle type check. Yeah, I guess I can just copy all of this crap and just literally paste it into a module. Kind of like this. I probably don't need to do this then. I'll just literally get a pointer to an array add. So after parsing, I can do this. And then p.name equals Is this how you do it? But how does it decide? What if module exposes? So plugin, import this. So 2 and 3. Module name and parameters. So this is import parameter. It's gonna call get plugin. So I need to provide get plugin. And it kind of goes off the convention that we have like a plugin per plugin per module. Alright, this is actually good to know. So do I have Git? Oh, I actually have Git plugin. I literally implemented it. So I guess at some point I looked into it. So this will just work. So still on declared identifier, read entire file. What do you mean undeclared? It's probably just file. There you fucking go. Unable to find module control flow and in any control. Hey, where did they fuck it up? You see, it has L as a capital L. Here it's not capital. You see, it inserted capital L here. So it means that I typed it as a capital L somewhere. It's in added strings, but no. Am I crazy? Where did it get it? I think it's crazy. His name is 100% correct. Oh, I guess I haven't saved the file or something. EX undeclared identifier content. Nice. So this is an actual regular code, and then, bro, what? I'm so confused. Where the fuck did it get this? Let me remove this. Does it like, did it like get cached or something? Huh? Did it get cached or some shit? That should never happen. I think Chai does never cache anything. Maybe it got confused because it generated the string once when I typoed, then I fixed the typo, but then this didn't. I don't know. I am kind of puzzled here, but anyway, undeclared identifier or return. So now we need to get this identifier. And to get this identifier, it actually should get invoked from the plugin itself. So I guess. Oh, I never call init. I'm a dummy. So we add a plugin here, plugins to create, and then we do have to do like init plugins here. But where do we get this array? Do I like create this myself? Let's see what init does. Wait a second, I don't need to call init plugins. Do I? Let me check. Oh, it never creates anything. Fuck. Let me, let me go back to main. And for now, delete all of the code from main and see. Yeah, so first it generates this fucking caps locked L. I don't know where it comes from. The fuck is this? Let's check the init. I know what happened. I think I know what might happen. Did I accidentally fat fingered something here? Like in the compiler code itself or not? Parse, where's create? Yeah, parse plugin arguments. Where the fuck is it? Parse. You know where is it? Where it is? It is here. It is in my fucking compile string. This is where it parses them. Oh, I'm a fucking clown. Everybody, unfollow me right away. This is where it comes from. So let me just compile it myself. Jai. Build a Jai. Yes, unfollow me right away. Cancel me on Twitter. Expose me as a faker. Hey Mario, hello. Build option output type set to executable, but executable name is empty. I just, let's call it main. Executable. What? Executable name. Executable. Preload. Build. Is it in compiler? Huh? Emacs is dying. Build. Oh no. I think Emacs is dying. Oh no, Emacs is dying. This shit ass fucking editor. Hey Lars. Why is it dying? This clown ass fucking 40 years old piece of shit editor. Why is it fucking dying? Why is it spinning at 100%? Like, what are you doing? Are you done? Thank you. It's output executable name. Asshole. I don't know what the fuck was that. I have a beast of a machine. Like, look at this. I have like i9. I know it's not the most like modern CPU, but it's, look at this. What the fuck? Anyway, so this kind of compiles. All right. Хуярч. Да. Right. Why does Twitch says welcome to the chat room? Is my chat dead again? No, on laptop it doesn't say that. I guess it's just Twitch dashboard being dodgy. Being dodgy. Hey, life facts. Why, sir? Hello, hello to you as well. Shit. Where are you from? I am from the internet, just like you. I mean, I am currently in Serbia, but I am not Serbian. So I do this, I add the plugin, right? And then I need to call like init. Init, or is it? Init plugins, sorry, it is init plugins. So it's called before doing anything, right? So yes, we do this. Plugins to create, and then W, and then plugins, I guess, is gonna be this, right? You're from India, hello. I actually checked. Oh hey, look at this, it actually works. I actually checked recently my YouTube stats, and almost all of my YouTube viewers are from India. Like, shoutouts to India, I guess. It's like 80% of all of my viewers on YouTube are from India. Well, driving your youngest pawn to work in the morning. Well, good luck to your youngest pawn with work, and yeah. Bye. Thanks for stopping by, Lars. See you around. See you new day. Hi, simple tech zone. Hello. Are you also from India? So this created addition of new strings, plugin init string, right? Hey Ahmed, hello. Is there any news on when Jonathan Blow is going to make J public? Since you're talking about countries, I'm here from Egypt. Yeah, hey, hello Egypt. Well, I don't know. So he never mentioned any sort of date. So I can't tell you, unfortunately. Is there any news? No, there is not. There are no any official news. Today I saw many Linux streamers. That is good to know. It is good that you seen a lot of Linux streamers. There should be even more, if you ask me. Right, and so now... Bro, what the fuck? So I'm calling them as init, right? And does it mean that now I need to manually do this? For plugins, if it before intercept, it before intercept. So does it mean I need to do this myself? Not very interesting to do. They all suck, they just do it in different ways. Well, some suck more. And I guess two major operating systems started sucking even more this year. And Linux started sucking just a little bit less, which means the graphs converging. So I guess we just do this now. Where do you get intercept flags? What the fuck is intercept flags? Oh, those are in the compiler. Interesting. So so what next? Then add source, right? So this is here. Yeah, now it actually adds source. Then after we added source, we add build files. Then we do finish shutdown here. And then in message loop, if plugins, it message blah blah blah, right? So I guess let's just copy paste it. So message loop and add build file, and then so that's I guess what we do. Yeah, I mean, so it is like some I mean, if you do have your own metaprogram already, you will have like 95 of this boilerplate already. right? And if you don't have it, you can just literally call like plus plugin from the... So this is probably not that bad. Right, and well, let's rearrange this a little bit. So this is gonna be code. So just for the syntax highlighting. Yeah, there you go. Hey Alman, hello. Windows sucks so bad. It does, it really does. Yeah, that's really fucked. I'm just not gonna install Windows 11, probably like never. I already only ever use Windows if I need to, you know, when I need to release a new version of my program for Windows. And besides that, I don't really need it. And I have like very, very rare occasions when I need to do something for work on Windows. It literally happened like twice in over a year that I work with that company. So yeah, I think I'm fine. I know somebody like done something. Well, it's not full-blown borrow checker, but it was like, you know, something in a spirit. So what happens with Emacs? Like something is happening. It's like super slow. Let me maybe restart it. Let me restart it. There you go. So it says a declared identifier tprint because what? Hello? I'm clicking on the file, nothing happens. There you fucking go. What the fuck is going on? Why is Emacs so slow? Like I didn't do anything. And it's suddenly dying. I'm so confused. Anyway, so we have return, which is, you know, an interesting function. It has like 10 returns just to do like catch all. And we will think about how to, you know, but for some reason it doesn't have tprint. What? Oh shit. Does my main not import It's because my main doesn't import basic. That's why. There you go. There you fucking go. Yeah, now we are compiling. But when we run, nothing interesting will happen. And so... yeah, open content true. So you see, I was expecting here to get a content of a string, but instead it said true because my original or return, it assumes that the Boolean success is at the very end, because that was the case in Jai for a while. And since recently, where recently is maybe like few months, the convention changed around, so now conventionally success value comes first. So there's, you know, less temptation to skip it. And for some reason the entire file is an outlier, so I have to wrap it. But yeah, there we go. We have a setup. We actually have it in the build metaprogram. I guess I can. Yeah, I guess my metaprogram plugin works after all. So this experimental plugin, I can remove experimental flag from it. Somehow I YOLO'd it and it just worked first try. Well, good to know. What are we talking about in the chat? About moving the taskbar. Yeah, well, you can have new features, you can only have old features removed. Right. Boo, 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 boo. Oh wow, I'm sorry. Thoughts on just doing include file 1c and so on your main C and just compile in main C? I mean, isn't that what people call Unity build? And that's basically what a lot of people use. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm a big fan. Do you still use header files with that? I mean, you probably don't really need to use header files with that. You might still want to use them because, you know, C is a one like single pass compiler. So without having header files, you might have issues with organizing your code, because it will be a fucking annoying to constantly have to move your type declarations and functions around when you try to introduce like a new type or a new function that needs to use something that happens to be below in the file, you know what I mean? And so you would just... Yeah, in C you can't use functions before... You can't use anything before it is declared. That's kind of the quirk of C, the historical quirk of C. Because again, C is a single pass compiler, or single pass parser, I guess. That's why a lot of people still use headers even when they do Unity builds. Still use headers, yeah. I mean, come on, you don't... Yes, you can paste it manually. You can paste it manually, that is true. This is true. If I have func A in file 2c, I can't use it in file 1 without a forward declaration. Yes. No, Unity build doesn't fix that. No, Unity build fixes having to build multiple compilation units, because it is usually slower. So I think what people use Unity build for is literally just for compilation speed. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a real C programmer, but as far as I know, this is what you use Unity build for. So in file 1, I'd still have to include file 2 header, something like this, yes. Right, so let's now change the or return stuff. I guess it's... Yeah, this template. In C, you just need declarations so the compiler knows what types are needed ahead of time. Yes. Yeah. It is a design quirk. Like, technically, you know, technically nothing stops you from implementing a C compiler that does multiple passes, but it will not be standard conforming, right? So that if you write your code that you can compile with this compiler, it means that no other C compilers will eat it. I really want access to JBlow basically inspired me to take the idea of code as data to another level. Currently working on language you can use as programming language and an HDL. So it's human definition language, right? Is this what HDL means? Behavioral modeling. The syntax design is awesome, interesting. But I hate C++. Yeah. I don't actually hate C++, mainly because I've never hardware, ICM, so I just don't know what it is. But yeah, so I don't hate C++ because, as you might know already, I'm an imposter. I never wrote C++ professionally. So I never had to learn modern C++, so like C++ 17 or whatever a lot of enterprises use. So I don't have this internalized like trauma and stuff like that. All of my C++ code was exclusively for fun. So I never kind of forced myself to do any sort of bullshit. You are the chosen one because you never had to endure pain. I don't know, man. I see. I see. So what do I even do here? So I remember the way I do it is because all return might have somewhat arbitrary amount of returns. So what I do is I literally just declare 10 of these, 10 of all returns. And each one return from 1 to like 10 return values. So if you look at my generated code, I think it's this one. You can see I have a return that returns only 1 return value, right? Then it's exactly the same thing copy pasted, but now it returns 2. Same corner, yeah. Paste. And it then checks for 2 return types in the modify block. So here it only checks for 1. Then the same, but it returns 3, right? The same, but it returns 4. Same, but it returns 5. You see what I mean? Same, but it returns 6. And then 7. And this part also increases. And then it's like 9, 8, 9, and 10. So this means that you can call or return inside of a function, inside of a procedure that returns up to 10 return values. So this is kind of a brain dead way to do it. And then you can see that all return actually returns. So if you look at my main, I call or return my read entire file. And what all return, so the all return is a generated macro of itself, but what it will do, if it will unwrap returns from the file, and then it will check if not return to, it will return, because main doesn't return anything, so it will just do a blank return. Otherwise it will return this back to the main. So you can see it has like back-ticked return. So it will return from the caller. And that's how it works. That's how the generated macro works. I did just remove the operator overloading custom operator feature. No, operator overloading is still here. We still have operator overloading. If you ask why did I do this, because this is not operator. So backtick is the return from inside of the macro. So if you put a backtick on something in the macro, it will insert the something in the outer scope, in the color scope. You mean like Zig's try stuff and think, or what? I haven't looked at Zig in fucking like 3 years or 4, or in like 3 years, yeah. So I might be a bit rusty on some new features that they might have introduced. Right, and I wanted to clean this up, so I don't want to just create 10 polymorphic functions if I don't need it. And maybe, actually, let's go to module. So all of the magic happens here. Or wait, no. Fuzzy Finder for your editor. You mean someone's written Fuzzy Finder for your... oh, sorry. You were looking at someone's implementation of Fuzzy Finder to steal it into your editor. Yeah. Or to get inspired. I see. No. Closures, there are no closures yet. No. So if you try to capture something, you will get a compile error that says closures are not yet supported. Where do I add source? Here? No. Type check, no. Add source, yeah. So this is where we do it. So I remember why I had to do it actually. So I could not delay adding the or return macro because otherwise none of this would type check. Yeah, so yeah, you see what I mean? Yeah, I agree. I don't vibe with Zig. I don't like its like syntax and some of its quirks, but I think it is good that Zig exists. If it makes sense. Same, yeah, same. Is there a way to avoid to do this? So again, this literally like generates the same exact procedure 10 times, but with different amount of returns. And if I don't do this, my code never type checks. So for example, the way I wanted to do it before is I wanted to collect all of the procedure calls that try to call or returns, and then collect how many return variables it needs, and then in the type checked all we can. So this type checked, right? And here, and then would add something in like case type check all, type checked all we can. I mean, put a block around it. So Emacs is happy with. Emacs is never happy, but anyway. Yeah, so here I would be able to just create those procedures, but unfortunately it's not really possible to do. Right, because I can't. Oh fuck, is this base drop? I mean, one day Zik hopefully hits 1.0, right? Yeah. This is from Tekken, by the way. From Tekken 8. All I hope for John is to use double backtick to enclose a latex style symbols for the named object. What? I mean it is on the roadmap, but I really wait for holes in the code so you can write code literal with unquoting as in Lisp. That would be fucking OP. Now you can't really do it. You will have to add like dime identifier, then slice the code on the code nodes, then replace this dime identifier, then reassemble back the code, and only this is how you can do like unquoting, which is quite tedious. Right, so you know, for example, create all the things. And we will never get here. Well, why is it not even printing anything? It's in phase. Message kind equals phase. Ah, it's a case phase. So this is what you do, and then you do phase is equal message dot phase, and then phase equals phase message phase, and then you do case, right? So if phase equals, and then you do that. Yeah, that's how we do it. What? It's a semicolon. There you go. Why are we not printing anything, I wonder? Imagine if you just use something like this to write math equations in your code. Times b plus c, and seeing the equation in the correct mathematical form and having it work in the code also. I don't know about that. Yeah, I would have to... Correct mathematical... I guess I am just not that big on the correct mathematical form, you know, so... We are not quite on the same page here. Oh. This is where it happens. Yeah, so I need to get this and copy it here. if message kind equals type checked, so we don't return anymore, else if message kind equals like this, then we do this, and here we do that, right? Yeah, create all the things. So you see we print creating all the things, but if I don't add source, so if for example in my add source, I don't do this, you see it says undeclared identifier or return, and it, oh, huh? Is this changed? So this wasn't possible before. Oh, you know what? Maybe John changed that together with must. So I remember I asked him at some point that I can't like insert must in my metaprogram because, you know, must is a part of type checker and it just doesn't pass type checked. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna put like must checking in the program declaration phase so you can add them programmatically. And maybe he also moved those? That would be insane actually if this is the case. So maybe now I can add, like add build string with like all return declarations. So maybe now I just can do this. Let's try just call it. Will it fix stuff? So instead of adding source, let's just insert it in type checked all we can. What does it accept? Workspace. And we do have workspace. Message. I think that's where you get it. What? This call resolved seemingly correctly when it was compiled, but later on a different overload was added to the program that would have been bound to this call had it been added earlier. That is illegal. Here's where the call was initially bound. Match and score null. On 53, here's the procedure later added to the program would steal this call. What? Why did it get added multiple times though? Did they call or return build anywhere? No, I do not. I don't add it in add source. I add it in the message. And that's it. But I only call it once. So what does it not like? because type checked all we can be called multiple times. Because so let me explain it to you again. Like I see a decent bit of people watching. If you have questions about like Jai metaprogramming and something is not clear to you and you would like to know, like feel free to drop questions in the chat. No problem about it. I'll explain it the best I can. But so this error, so this is why Jai is actually goated. The fact that it has this kind of compile error, that I have never seen this compile error before, and I instantly, well, not instantly, it took me like 10 seconds, okay? But I pretty much instantly realized what the fuck did I do wrong. This is why it's so good. This is why when I tried agentic AI coding on Jai, even though there's basically no training material, Claude was still able to generate syntactically valid Jai code because of compile errors like this. So what happens here? I pass all the type checking. I get the face that tells me, okay, we type checked all we can. And then I'm adding more code here. And what happens when I add more code? The code that I added, it needs to get type checked again, because Jai is a statically compiled, strongly typed language, so you can't just fucking eval strings like you can in Python. I'm gonna add more code, which means this new code will get parsed, and then it will get type checked again. You know what you see what I mean? We will get back here, we will type check the code, and we will get another type checked all we can. And then we will try to add this code again. So we will add this code again and again and again if we don't if we don't try to make this procedure re-entrant, if we don't, check that, okay, we've added already. And this is what this compiler error tells you. It basically tells you that there are two overloads that are exactly the same, but if I were just to type those two overloads, there would be a compiler error that, oh, there is two overloads, we don't know which to pick. Or maybe it will just pick the first one. I don't remember that case, but in this case, it literally tells you, okay, I compiled it correctly, but then you added something else, and that is illegal. And the new score is a tie. That's pretty cool. And this is like some dark corners of metaprogramming in Jai, so it's not necessarily a lot of people like will hit. Yeah, this error message mogs pretty much anything, any compiler. Maybe Rust. Maybe Rust could stand ground, because like you can shit on Rust all you want, but Rust also has some great fucking compiler error messages. So yeah, this is like as good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy about this. And this is like a beta language, right? It's not even out yet. It's not like 1.0. Like, this is the quality of life you get, even, as a beta tester. I see Alma. There are some Rust errors. I mean, probably Rust is also, it's infinitely more complex, right? So probably there are more dark corners. But this is not, well, I never seen this compiler error before, because I haven't done this particular mistake before. So what I need to do is something like source added, like equals false. And then when I do this, I just do source added equals true. And then if not source added it. There you go. Yeah, now fixed. Easy clap. Now it means that I don't need to do this anymore. That I don't need to add 10 fucking polymorphs. It means I can only add polymorphs that I need. That's so amazing. What the fuck? I just got an SMS from my phone provider telling me that I don't have money. What do you mean I don't have money? Oh shit. I actually don't have money on my phone. Oh well. I guess I can't call anyone anymore. It's not that I do. Right, so what do we do now? So now I want to do this sort of thing intelligently. I am on prepaid. Yes, I am on prepaid. It is a long story. Actually, it is a short story, I can tell you. When I arrived to Serbia, you can't get postpaid tariff, so like a regular phone kind of, you know, pay every month because you don't have residence permit. So you have to use prepay. You would buy prepay, and then when you're out of traffic, you just add more money, you get more traffic, you get more data, right? More phone calls, more SMS. And after I got residence permit, I became eligible to get a normal like plan, but I just never bothered to do it because I almost never use my phone. So I would just stay with no money on my phone until I need it. And since incoming SMS and incoming calls are free, regardless of whether you're on prepaid or postpaid, I just don't have any need to do it. And since the ISP I use, it lets you buy like 1 day of internet. It's like, okay, I need to go outside, I'll buy 1 day of internet. So I am like 3 years in Serbia. I am as legal as you can be, but I still on prepaid just because it's convenient to me. Does McDonald's still do business in Russia? No. We have our own McDonald's now. As in some businessman, he just bought like all of the McDonald's like chain in Russia and rebranded them. It's €3 a month, unlimited 4G internet, unlimited calls and SMS subscription plan. That's actually pretty nice. I don't have anything like that in Serbia. In Serbia, actually, internet and like phones, they are good. So the connection is good, the data is good, but they are kind of expensive, if you ask me. Hey Alex, a Mother Russia, the burger makes you... What is it called? It's called Вкусно и точка. So it's like tasty and that's it, if you translate it to English. It's literally just McDonald's. I've never tried it because I left Russia before it happened. So like the war started in February and I left like 2 months like after. So it's like it was February 22 when the war started and April 20 is when we fucked off. So it was before all of the big rebranding. So I've never tried it, but people that I know, they just say it's fucking the same McDonald's. Like, nothing really changed. They just use same technology and same recipes. Yeah. They just don't pay for the brand deal anymore. Coverage is kind of ass. I see. Yeah, in Serbia coverage is very good. I was very surprised. So we were renting like a little townhouse last week. It's somewhere like in mountains, and we had pretty good internet there. Well, this music is way too aggressive. Yeah, let's do something like this. Yeah. Right, so now, also I wouldn't really call it awesome, right? Because it's just literally a product of war. It's a product of no competition, because all of the players kind of fucked off. And so now the government does this shit when they just would like spearhead some fucking ass like shady businessman who just gets to use everything that was ready before him, right? And so there is actually nothing awesome about it. It's all like super fucked. 1 Gbps internet for like 9 euros. That's very good. Yeah, that's insanely good. Yeah. So in Serbia here I have 300 megabytes per second download and only 30 megabytes upload, because we don't have like what is it called, like broadband in English, like optic lines. We don't have them in the buildings, in the building where I live, so it just uses like some old ass cables. And also I pay for like 40 euros a month, which is, yeah, if you compare the prices, it's just kind of fucked, right? But the connection is good. There's almost no downtime, right? So the service is good. It's just kind of expensive. But there are newish like buildings with proper like infrastructure, and there you get gigabytes per second for pretty much same price, by the way. Maybe without McDonald's countries can survive. Yeah, there's that thing called like burger index, right? That you use instead of GDP to figure out if the country is successful or not, like how many big tasties you can buy with the salary in a certain country. But hey, Alex, I don't know if I said hi to you. Yeah, hello. I saw you streaming earlier. Hope it went well. Pizza index around the Pentagon to know. yes, exactly. same shit, but on a smaller time scale. Anyway, so what do we do here, right? Since Injai convention changed to like a Boolean success be first instead of last, we need to change it as well. And the way you change it is returns array, okay, defaults, designators, if it equals return type, defaults tprint, join. So the way it works now, if I go to added strings, so you can see what it does. So for each return value, if it equals 0, we do t1 return type, t6, yeah. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of them is bool. And then we how does it work? Actually, I think this is fine. I don't think I need to change my modify blocks. So they don't really specify which return type should be which. I think all return inner handles kind of all of the assignments. Let me go back to the module. I guess it's all return, and yeah, this all return inner, this is actually the macro that we call. So amount of returns, then the actual code. I can remove this to do because must is not even a feature in Jai anymore. I like how John added must to Jai, which basically bans you from discard and return value. And then somebody in Thekla added a bunch of musts in the game code base. As John said, like passively aggressively, and it pissed him off so much that he just returned the feature from the language. It wasn't exactly like that, but but you know, like more or less. My mouth tastes like cat piss after dentist. Like I still feel this, like a dentist office in my mouth. Anyway, so the way this macro works, it gets the code under question and it gets the outer procedure header. So this is the procedure that we get called from. Yeah, we kind of verify that it has to be a proc header. What the fuck is this? What's that? Where do I insert dummy? Interesting. So, it's a default argument. So if nothing is provided, we fuck off. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. A little bit of a hack, right? But... And I don't think it ever... Yeah, it literally never happens. Right? Yeah, I don't think it ever happens, by the way. It was probably some old thing that I can maybe remove, but let's stay on topic first. Let me... Actually, is music too loud? I think it's kind of loud. Let me... Yeah. Next, we get the procedure header, so the procedure that called us. We get returns, and then we initialize the builder, and then for each return, we sort of get the declaration. Where do we insert it? So if array find declared name returns. Where do we get declared name returns? Where do we get that? It's here. Yeah, so these are all the strings of the return that are named. So in Jai, you can have your procedure can have named returns like this. So, and we want to know their names too. So not only types, but also names. And when you return, you can do something like, this. So even if you don't have them declared, you can do something like that. It's kind of more for documentation, but yeah, it also lets you do some fancy shenanigans. So I support that, of course. Also, Emacs here doesn't handle dollar very well, so I can't... It thinks that dollar is a part of the word, kind of like underscore. I need to change that. This Jai mode for Emacs is just like a complete clusterfuck. So what do we do? Print to be if you declared name, so we print name, else name and default of type. Yeah, so if it is declared, we just print the name. Otherwise we print like name and default of a type, and default of a type, it's literally just, you know, default for each type, kind of for this, just a little helper. Else default of type, and just append that. I see, so this creates returns. Next, we format outer returns. So this will create something like, this will do something like return without return. So it will do something like a equals true, like foo, like this, and like bar. And it will get put under like return, under backticked return. So this creates a return string based on the procedure header of the caller function. Now we do error checks. I would say this probably should be somewhere here. If you tell me like at the beginning, like, why would you do it somewhere in the middle? That's like weird. Then why do I do it here? There's literally no reason to do it this like late. Yeah, just literally do the validation here. Anyway, so we format those, then we do code proc header, and then return values. Let's move those also here just after validation, like that. So do call, we do proc expr. We get the code for the procedure header, the one that I guess, yes, ours. And then we like get its return values. Hey, Firmant, hello, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope your stream went well. I saw your streaming, like working on your HTTP header in C, HTTP client in C, yeah, or was it server? I think it was server, so yeah, I hope it went well. Welcome, and thanks for the raid. So what we working on? Server, yeah. We are working on implementing or return in Jai. So audience or return implemented as a Jai macro with exactly the same feature set, or actually even a little bit fancier. With using like crazy like metaprogramming the Jai lets you do. I think I broke it. No, actually I didn't break it. Nice. I'm getting things sorted out. It's mainly to stress test my sockets library and get a feel for how I want to flesh things out with networking in general. Nice, very nice. I actually also have plans for making my own HTTP server. Well, in Jai, not in C, but yeah, I have like a few like crazy stupid ideas. And I need like a simple HTTP server for one of them. And I wrote HTTP server before, like from scratch, so I guess I can just write another one. And but maybe I want to do it a little bit more fancy, maybe use like IOU ring or some shit like that, because I've never used IOU ring before and I want to learn it, want to check out how it looks, you know, like this async kind of Linuxy stuff. So yeah, we'll see, but it's kind of like future plans. Now I have a lot on my shoulders. Yeah, I've written a lot of networking code before, but in different language, so I'm familiar with this. Yeah, so I've only written HTTP server from scratch, well, in Python, okay, so so I know the flow of the code, but I've never done it in systems programming language. And also networking code, same. I've used sockets, but only like from Python. So yeah, it's gotta be, it will be some learning for sure. So I wasn't doing syscalls directly. So in Python there's let me just put it here. Oh, sorry for the flashbang. So in Python there is a socket module, and it's just literally bindings for system sockets. But you don't have to bind syscalls directly. You can just use this, and it's just like a wrapper around syscalls. So it kind of handles error codes for you, right? If you look at the code, where's the code? Bro, where's the code? Yeah, here. If you look at the code, it's just, you know, yeah, it's just literally regular socket API, right? And you see it like adds Python exceptions for error codes. So you just use it as you would do it in C, but without checking for error codes, and error knows you just catch exceptions. And I'm pretty sure you don't need to free resources yourself. Yeah, you use like context managers in Python, and when context manager exits, it will free the buffers for you. Yeah, that's all right. I mean, it mimics the low-level API, so you still are familiar with it, right? It doesn't use any sort of like crazy like abstraction layers that you would, you know, expect from like fucking web framework. Yeah, it's still pretty like low level, you know, it exposes IOCTLs and everything you would expect from like Linux. But yeah, like there you go. So we get returns, we get the builder, and here I need to put the boolean check at the start. So what do I do here? First, I create like a scope, and then for each return value, I add like return 1. Yeah, so I add all of the return values. Where's the actual value? Bam. Wait, what? Call? Oh, a print expression. I see. This is it. This is a shortcut. So I have a code node for the procedure call that we wrap, and instead of like constructing a code from it, I just call to print expression from the code node, and print expression is an overkill if you look at it. You see what it does? It's literally like a very generic utility to print any kind of code node, and it goes and goes and goes and goes. and goes and goes and goes and goes. It handles everything Jai language has to offer. Yeah. So this is a shortcut. What I need to do is I need to properly parse the procedure call and like reconstruct it. So I basically need to not procedure header, but rather actually root is probably the procedure header. No, it is procedure call, yeah. So it's yeah, so I basically need this code path, kinda. Actually, you know, maybe it's fine. Since we fall down here directly. So I might do this. And another thing I might do, yeah, he's definitely very smart. I can do this, and you see it's kind of, it is recursive because it needs to print also like all of the calls, and I can also just insert this code. I know that Jai handles nested insertions pretty well because I've tried them out. So instead of colon print expression, I can get this, all of this as a code, and then do inner insert. That will also work. But yeah, maybe actually it's not that bad. It's not like you fucking dirty cheater. It's more like maybe do it as an inner insert instead of going through print expression. Yeah. So I print the call, I append this. So this block, it literally like, it constructs the wrapper call. The code of the call that we are wrapping. It inserts it. And it gets every return value. It extracts every return value of that. And then at the very end, if not ret, so you see it, then we check the very last one of them. But we need to so we need to actually 0. Or is it 1? It is 1. Yeah. So if not, return 1, because now the Jai convention is to check for the very first one, so you know. So if not the first return, then we return outer formatter, and then else we return do return all of them. Return all of them but the first one. Yeah, so maybe just do if it index equals 0, just do this. I think that's, no? So not enough return values, 1 to 2 got 1. So read entire file, this is the code we generated. Then if not ret 1, correct, we return. Otherwise return ret 2. Yeah, we can't do that. Unless I rewrite my return macro to hide this return. We will experiment with this later. For now, let me remove this continue, and now we will compile. Yeah, and now we'll go back to our main.jai here. This will actually work. So if I compile and actually run the executable, wait, what? content one true. This shouldn't be. Oh yeah, so right, success content one. So yeah, I don't pop it out. I still return it from or return. And this is like success. Yeah. There you go. So we print the content of a file. Let's maybe print not the entire string, but is it like slice? Just like passively aggressively named. Yeah, slice is a bad name, and it's in string module. Yeah, there you go. So we have a context of a file. Let's maybe print like 50s, whatever. Yeah, there you go. So you get some content. And then you get an error for not being able to open this one. And look at this. I never print this, you know, so this will never print. You know why this will never print? Because this or return literally returns from main. Because that's how or return should work. That's how it works in Odin. That's how we make it. And we can actually do something more elaborate, right? So for example, we can have like a foo that returns like int string and maybe like float. Wait, what? Did I? No, we're fine. Wait, what the fuck? What is this? Fucking Emacs. Anyway, so, and here we can call like table find. Right, so we can create like a table, which is, I don't know, let's import hash table. And then like table or a key, let's call it table, so something from like string to string, right? And then my key is I think you can just do table add. I don't think I need to. Oh yeah, I need to do this. So table is my table. I think that's what I need to do. And then I can just do straight up table add table and then kick low. Right. And then what I can do here is, so the regularly what you do is, you know, found and value, you would do table find like kick, and you know, you do something like this, and then you can like print you know, found value, and if I call foo like here, not all control, yeah, let's return stuff. But yeah, you see true lol, right? So we found, let's even maybe, so yeah, found true value lol, and maybe let's just like, let's do it slightly more and like, so yeah, enter foo, found true value lol, return foo, right? So this is the normal flow. But if, for example, we wrap it in or return, nothing should change here. What did I fuck up? Semicolon expected after expression. Ret to table find. So this is inserted code. If not, ret 1 return 0, comma. Oh, you know, this is a bug in bro, what the fuck? So this is a bug here because I need to escape my strings. Where is it? So if not return this. And outer formatted value. So I need to like print to builder here, and we have a comma. And where do I actually print values? Ah, here. Here, right? Yeah. So look at this. If name, we do this. We just print that. Entry name. Else we do this equals that. Default type as string. And if I just literally never handle string, look at this. This is so lazy. So case string result equals, and that's it. I think they should fix it. Yeah. I just literally never handled it. This is not the Jedi you're looking for. Right, so now. Yeah, you see nothing changed. Still, I wrapped it in or return and nothing changed. But let me actually stream skipped a few frames when you opened. Interesting. My actually computer didn't lag, but maybe like Twitch, bitrate just couldn't. Yeah, maybe it's probably like stream bitrate couldn't handle it. So would you like int ret string ret and float ret equals this, and then let's print foo int foo string foo float, and we just int ret string ret float ret. Right. Program exception segmapper. What did I? Oh yeah, because it did not return them. So let's return like 69. This is if all goes well, right? So 69, nice, and 420 that. 69. Not all control path return value. Thank you for the warning. I totally did not ignore it. Yeah, there we go. So we get 69, nice, and float. Never try to print float, but yeah. But if this is because, yeah, I did all return like correctly, but what if I provide non-existent key here? So not kek, but kek. Now it should return default values for these. Yeah, so look at this. Foo int 0, string is empty string, and float 0. Look at that. So it never get here, and you can see enter foo, and it never printed return foo because this macro literally get us the fuck out. Funny to assume Emacs is done. No, actually Emacs is very like, Emacs didn't even flinch at it this particular time. I think so. Emacs is very bad about long lines, and I think they shipped some kind of a hack not long ago that like just disables a bunch of features in Emacs when it takes long lines, so it doesn't die when you open like minified JavaScript. It will disable syntax highlighting, it will disable something else, but at least you don't tie anymore. Right. So it returns default values. And also if I, for example, nice return, if I do this, right, nothing changes. But if I declare it prior to this, so if, for example, I do nice return equals 96, and I do this, look at this, foo int is now 96, because all return, it will actually go through all of the procedure. It will parse this declaration, it will match it against the return, and it will make sure to return this. So this is how smart we are. And I think this is the part that Odin doesn't really do. So it either doesn't do this, or it doesn't do situations where you don't declare it. So in our case, I still just return the default value. I don't remember exactly. I remember Odin has some kind of restriction here. And I was just thinking, I remember like, oh yeah, it makes sense why this restriction exists, but in Jai named returns work slightly differently. So let me just go all the fucking way. Yeah. So this works. Now our return works properly. We can raise it up a little bit. For example, we can swallow this. As an example, right? We can just do our return, and our return will pop out the first return value of this, and so you only have to consume the value itself, and you don't need this. Does it make sense, or would a potential like caller still like want to have access to that? I mean, I guess, you know, I guess if they opted to use our return, they want to just English left my body. What's the word? Yeah, like bubble errors up. Yeah, they probably, so if they use this, they don't want to check this manually. They they don't want to check it manually. They just want to get an actual value, or like return and, you know, just, yeah, just the bubble errors up the stack. So I think it makes sense to pop this motherfucker out. So let's do this. It's actually very easy. So here we can just do that. We can just not return the first value. And what was the error message? Oh, right, yeah. Not enough return values, wanted 2, got 1. And so to fix this, we need to generate or return macro that correctly polymorphs. Because you can see that in this case it called the or return with 2 return values. Because we called it like that. Oh, you know what we can do? We can probably detect this. And if the user didn't do it, we can just like... Wait, why do we give bool? No, this is not what I expect. I expected a different error. Why is it bool? My read entire file. Let's check inserted string. That strings w2. Where is it? Wait. Where are added strings, bro? Is it in a different workspace? Is it in this one? No, this is the I know. It's here, it's in the template. It's in this. Right, so because it will get return types and it will assign it. Yeah, so so defaults are Boolean. Returns array to print. Let me think about how to add it more sort of ergonomically. So the way it generates, let me show you. So here's how it, let me go up and check the one with 2 return values. So yeah, here, right? It gets the outer procedure head, not outer, it gets the code, right, from the root. And then it would get you header, it will get all of the return values. And then it would check, wait, last return, what's that? So this has to be first one. First, let's check, let's fix this issue. So this should be first. Return values, so first type inst. Result first if can't be evaluated as Boolean, so or return doesn't support them. Technically, this is not true. Technically, struct can have like an operator overload for question mark. So technically, this is not true. I think I probably need to remove that. And if somebody puts a struct as the first one and we try to, you know, question mark it, it will just say that operator overload. Yeah, this is too anal. We don't want to be too fucking anal. Let's just allow to do it. This was like a guard that we don't really need. But other than that, so here, I need to assign not the return type of a value. I need to So I need somehow like shift it. So for example, if the original procedure returns two return values, I need my wrapper to return only one. And so here, do I do it here? How do we organize it? What was the compile error again? Type wanted string, type given bool. Right, so because it checked the return value of this. Or did it happen in the metaprogram? So let me check the type checked, what I do here. So I get the declaration, fine. Procedure call. I get the identifier, I check the or return. Then I check return arguments of the or return itself. It's called arguments. First argument. Call args, fine. We create an identifier. We create an argument. And then for declared named returns, we add them to the argument as well. No. So this just rewrites the or return call itself. So this is fine. This is not an issue. This shouldn't do anything. Procedure header, we get the expression. We get all return values. If return values not equals how does it match again? Create identifier. So this is an identifier of what? Of procedure header name, okay. How the fuck does it match here? Header return count, returns of the count. Yeah, returns of the header that we passed here. This is fine. This is not an issue at all. And if we So and then for each return type, yeah, I don't know what what did I don't know, what did I want to check here exactly? Like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what did I try to check here. So, okay. I would reject this polymorph. So I think I would reject this polymorph so that the compiler would try to find another polymorph. Right? But no, it's stupid. It is stupid because... Yes. It's actually fine. So it will get the amount of return values from the caller. So in my case from foo, it will say, so let me trace it for you. I understand it again. Well, I should stop doing this. So it will get the amount of returns here, right, to 3. Then it will enter the polymorph resolution here at compile time. It would check, okay, if return value is not equals 1, not equals, discard this polymorph. Move on to the next one. Not 2, okay, discard this polymorph. Move on to the next one. Here you go. Here we found the polymorph that we can accept, and this is the all return that returns 3 values. And then this polymorph will get accepted. There you go. That's how it works. This is why this check is needed. Because Jai not only polymorphs on the input values, it also polymorphs on the output, on the output types. And this is just to help it to reject polymorphs. And if it rejects all of the polymorphs, it will then give you compiler error that the procedure with this input and output parameters not found, and these are like polymorphs that were tried. Something like this. I don't remember exact error. But what we need to do here, so in our template, this metaprogramming kind of melts my brain a little bit, not gonna lie. I still don't know how did I pull it off to write it initially. If I would like to completely erase it, I don't know if I would be able to write it again from scratch. I actually know. Most likely I was on vacation, and so I could afford to stream when I'm not tired after work, when I'm, in the flow, full of energy, and I can do stuff like this. Anyway, so the first parameter in the template is all of the returns. Then the fourth one is amount of return values. So one returns. So returns should be like 1 less. Yeah, returns array, add it. So I think, do we do this? It -1. So we remove one of the return. And then when we check the fourth one, 1, 2, 3, 0, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, it. And here we do it -1, I guess. With the one exception that we can generate polymorph with 0 return values. So this will not be entirely correct. Huh? Yeah, you see here. So it has to be... Yeah, so yeah, let's maybe... So if we get one... No, this is right, but it's just in the template. We need to make this a part of the... So let's remove that. And returns. So it's gonna be like join returns array, and it's gonna be t. So if right, returns array. And it's gonna be like t print. Like this. So we make like this arrow a part of the signature. And then also that too, right? So it doesn't have a return now. And then this should be all removed. You know what? This procedure should not be generated at all. So yeah, if what we do is let me actually remove this. If not returns array continue. That's what we do. And of course, right now that let me check generated. Hey Tony, do you do contract work? Yes, I do. Yes, I do contract work. That's kind of my thing. Right, so T1. Okay, hello, welcome to the stream. do you want to hire me, or why are you asking? So what's wrong here? 3, 3. So if this thing, no, this should be 2. So this, yeah, it should be like this. And now T1, yeah, if return value is not equal, yeah, there you go. And this should be I was just curious, you've mentioned work a few times. I'm interested in doing contract work too. Just don't know where to start. Well, it would be hard for me to answer your question because I started a long time ago, like a little bit over 10 years ago. And I just slowly got my name out of the door, you know. And so by this point, I haven't looked for a job since Since 2016. I never had to look for a job myself. I really suffered like in 2014, 2015. I did like a bunch of Upwork while super underpriced. I've worked for all sorts of like companies in the city I lived in. I tried to do some remote work where, you know, I would send my resume and try to get hired. And slowly, it was getting like better and better and easier and easier. And at some point, work just started kind of following me. Right? And now it's just, I just know people know me kind of, and yeah. There you go. So it will be hard for me to answer your question directly. How do you start contract work? It's just you need to know people. Like, how do you know people? Just kind of know them. You just meet people. Usually the way it happens is like you work with someone, that someone knows that you are good, and then the friend of that someone needs help, and this someone recommends you because he knows you're good, and then you help that guy, and that guy will be like, oh shit, he helped me, he's good, and then he will recommend you to the other guy, and then, you know, little by little, you just have all you need. I know this is not really an answer to your question, but yeah. So I can't give you a more like precise answer. So what we need to do is we need to for 0 return values minus 1. We need to do 1 for 1 to return values minus 1. From others. Yeah, unfortunately there is just no magic bullet. I could, you know, give you advices, like the regular advices courses will do, like, oh, put projects on GitHub. Oh, like have like an online presence. Oh, have a blog, you know, with like contact info. And this will help you to get the job for sure. But it's also such a lot of effort, you know, it's a lot of effort to do. And especially since now there's like AI slop all over the place, these advices don't really work. You won't really have like a unique profile because there's always thousands of guys from third world country who fucking AI generate, you know, impressive projects to their GitHub repos. So it's very hard to stand out like this. Yeah, so I don't know. Start streaming to Twitch. I don't fucking know. Actually, I just realized start streaming to Twitch is not really, it's like a really bad advice. I haven't found, well, actually, it's not really true. I did find one contract from my Twitch connections, but it wasn't through me streaming on Twitch. It was through me knowing other people through Twitch. So yeah, probably don't stream. Probably a bad idea. So yeah, this should be from 1. Because you pop the first return value, right? And now the way it works is from, yeah, this to this. Return header type inst to return type if it equals, if it equals, not it minus 1, if it equals Huh. So this is just it now. Undeclared identifier found. Hey, are we back? So we don't have found anymore. Let's just do value. Wait. Enter foo. And if I do kek. Yay! We're back. Nice. Fixed. So now we correctly like pop the first return value here. We swallow it entirely. And now you don't need to check it manually. So normally, again, for people who just joined, normally you would do found value equals table find, right? Normally you would do this, right? And let me show you. So now you can see that we enter foo. We do like value lol return foo. So we go through all of this, right? And this is the same thing, right? So you have to, and then you would like, if like not found, you know, you would say return, and you would say like nice return, and then this, and then 0.0, right? So this is what we are compressing. You just want to return some default variables or if stuff is declared. And or return, it just kind of compresses this down. So or return will do the same thing. So for example, I do keka. You can see it enters foo and it never prints return foo because we didn't find this key. So we grabbed the nice return declared here. We generated default value for string. We generated default value for float, and we returned it from here. And here when we print it, we can see that it's 96, right? Empty string, and then float 0. There you go. Slop is a problem getting a corporate job too. So many AI-generated resumes and bots, yeah. But actually, yes, it is an issue for sure. There's a lot of more noise, but on the bright side, it means that actually handcrafted forward letter, or what is it called? I forgot how it's called in English. I think it's like forward letter. It just stands out immediately. So if you're like not an absolute buffoon, you will write a cover letter, sorry, a cover letter. You'll write a good cover letter, you will write like handcrafted resume, and assuming a person actually gets to read it, it will definitely stand out. That's a plus. But we have our return with new convention. This is nice. This is nice. And you know what I also wanted to try? I wanted to try to compile it as a metaprogram plugin. So if I do compile not with build, but projects control flow main.jai. So now you see undeclared identifier or return. But if we do like plus control flow, now it works. Fuck yeah, we have a metaprogram plugin, boys. I mean, fucking nice. We take a lot of W's today. That's very productive. I usually take way less W's. Well, maybe because this is a project that I've done before and I'm just kind of improving it. But still, we are happy. So now what I want is, I kind of want to delete this or return build. Yeah, so I don't need it anymore. I can literally just use this module. And I think I can just copy all of this. So I don't need to add source anymore. I don't think I need to add source either here. So I think we'll comment this out. Let's see if it still works. It still works. Still works. So let's remove this. I'll just like clean up a bunch of code so it's cleaner, smaller. Also, let's decompose this motherfucker. So here is the situation. At the moment, I'm generating polymorphs like that accept from 1 to 0 like output variables. This is bad. Instead, I need to generate only those that I need on demand. And now actually I can do it. And let's do that. Before I do it, let me maybe copy all of this and go to or return. Wait, what? And paste it here. Can I just paste it here? Will it work if I do? Template, blah, 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 scope file, so... What do you do? Code visits, string, basic, and using compiler. So you like this. Will it still work? It still works, nice. So it's all now consolidated into one file that is like 300 lines of code, give or take. Right, so let's decompose this. So what we do is when we type check, we actually know how many call arguments the procedure call has, and so for example, No, this is a good idea. Where do you get procedure calls? Call args. We get the first arg. Huh. So we need to do a little bit of work here. So we need actually to check the first argument. And I guess whether, yeah, and whether like how many returns it have. How many returns it has, right? We can approach it in two different ways. We can check how many return values has the procedure that you pass to or return. You can also check how many values the call side wants, right? We can check that there's just one, and generate or return that returns one value. But I think the actual source of truth should come from this one. How about that? So yeah, let's do this. We get the first arg. The first arg must be a procedure procedure call. So let me just print it. I can just do this format struct first arg 1 true expression, but what? Ah, it's because it's a code argument. Sorry. It's it's wrapping the actual one, right? So it has expression code. Yeah. I'm sorry. Getting cooked a little bit. So first arg dot expression, and now we have procedure calls. Yeah, we kind of know these are procedure calls. Yeah, so let's probably assert here. Call, right, wrap call equals first arg, like wrapped, just wrapped, first arg dot expression. Then if so wrap that kind not equals procedure call. We do like compiler report, right? And yeah, where was it? Yeah. So we'll need to report this. Order macro only supports procedure calls. Like that. And let's actually check this out. Check if it works. So in main, what if we do like or return and then blah 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 blah. Here. Procedure call did not match any of the possible overloads. The call cites argument type are string, literal, possible overloads. Modifier return false or return macro only supports procedure calls. Oh, it didn't even go here. That's interesting. Interesting that it didn't even go here. Actually it did, right? Error procedure call. No, it did not. It didn't even go here. Do we not even print anything here? Oh, we didn't even go here. Why? So for sub-expression, we get the declaration, entry name, header returns, if name and declared name, fine. Then if it's not procedure call, we continue. Otherwise we get the call, we get the identifier, we check that the identifier is or return, and we continue. Then we get the arcs, we get the first arc. Huh. Wait a second. But how do we get here first? Like, this can't be... I know how. The order. Oh, the order is busted. I might not be able to fix this, guys. So let me... This might actually not be possible to do. So, return... So number of turns to generate, right? And it's gonna be like array of integers, right? So array of like S32s. Giant compilation is out of order, but it is out of order. But if it can't resolve the declaration of something, it might not even let me type check this. Let me try. So here, we actually want to iterate for number of returns to generate. Yes, undeclared identifier, you see. Yeah, that's why I added it the way I added it. Fuck. Is there any way I can avoid this? So, and it hits the first or return, and it can't find the identifier because I haven't inserted it yet, and it just barfs. Can I maybe... Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Let me try to do it. Bro, I got confused. What if I do have or return here, but it's a dummy or return that always rejects, right? So or return, and it has any, right? And we'll have like modify block that always returns, always does this, right? Will this let me expected... Wait, what? Dummy, this is how we do it. Attempt to use modify on a non-polymorphic. Oh yeah, so modify returned false. Here's this side that triggered modify. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't let me type check. Fuck. It doesn't let me type check. Okay, what if I don't do modify? Yeah, you see, it doesn't let me type check. So yeah, I guess what I tried to do is not really possible to do. Mm, fuck. Fuck. So I can't really. Mm, what if I try to do something stupid like fucking elsewhere? Just like put elsewhere on it. Cannot have polymorphic arguments, but dummy is polymorphic. Can it have any? It can. Type given void. Type wanted string. Type given void. It has to. It has to do returns. Right? So let me just YOLO it. Aha. So I can YOLO it somehow. I can't make it polymorphic though. So this dummy is just to make us type check. And then we will add our own procedures to fill in the blank, like to fill in the spot. Yeah. So I guess this wasn't fixed because there was a feature request. I definitely remember mailing it in that for the declaration that's undefined, like let metaprogram to insert them. Maybe like let the compiler send in something like a resolution error, and so that you can insert it back. Something like this. Is there any way we can trick it? Let me think. So we can't really. Yeah, so we can't. Because, right, this won't work for everything. Oh, I'm sorry for the yawn. Um, Let me think of a way how to work around it. If only there was a way, when you trigger compilation error to like restart the workspace. We can't do it now. We can catch when the workspace errored out due to type check, but it doesn't really provide any information to act on it. The only error that we can handle now is import error when we can provide our own import. That's the only one. Um, what we can do? What we can do? Well, besides what we already doing by inserting, 10 different polymorphs and just say 10 return parameters is enough for everyone. Well, now technically we will support 11, not 10, but yes. Is there any like trick that we can use? I can probably do like any. Not really, yeah. Type 1 the string, type given any. So yeah, this tries really hard to match the types before even I. So the issue is that we don't get message type checked until the entire procedure body type checks. And so since this cannot type check main, we don't even get to insert in our code. Hmm. Well. You know what we can try to do? It actually won't work. So I was thinking that, maybe I could add all of those procedures, like up to 11, and then type check off the call sites, and then see what of the procedures I don't need, and then modify them to discard them, to mark them so that compiler can that code eliminate them. It's pretty useless because compiler will that code eliminate those anyway, but also it will not fix a situation where, for example, somebody would try to create a procedure with more than like 11 returns, which I know it will never happen, but I just want to know if it's possible to achieve. And I guess for now the answer is no. Yeah, I guess now the answer is not really. And I can't even like programmatically insert like exists. So, because for example here, let me go to my main. So I could technically insert like, you know, this kind of check if exists. Mm, but I can't insert those before I type check this. Like I can't insert this. I can't insert this programmatically. Oh, you know what I can do probably? I can probably. This is so stupid. In my metaprogram plugin. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna be done soon. I could literally just cut this out and instead wrap the entire procedure body in if no exists, and I can literally just do this. I can try to sort of do something like this. And we have like wait for here. Um, like wait for. Waits until declaration for wait for exists in your program. Can I do? It's not gonna work still because yeah. In order to insert this, we need to type. It's like a chicken and egg problem. We can't solve it until compiler lets us handle failed identifiers. So I think that's an L for now. Yeah, catch 20. So I think that's an L for now. Um, yeah. And let me remove. Oh, it is removed. Anyway. So yeah, let me remove that. Let me just remove this. Undo. Yeah, undo. Yeah, so now it works. Now it works properly. Procedure. Yeah. Well, this is a bit of a bummer. Like it's not that big of a deal because who will ever create a function with more than 11 return variables, but still it's like it's not clean. Yeah, there you go. Where do we create all the things? Create all, yeah, there you go. Delete. And this, or return, why not? Where's the, or yeah, or return build. So we don't need anymore. We don't need this anymore. Nice. So the letdown is that at the moment I insert the or return template 10 times with 1 to 10 return values, and I can't do it intelligently because I can't first like collect how many returns I need and then only inject those. So I have to inject all of them. And only then proceed to, yeah, and then so yeah, I do this and then rely on guided code elimination. But then if somebody creates procedure that returns more than 11 things, we will not support it, which is, probably never happen, which will probably never happen, but it is what it is. Yeah. But anyway, we have our return back. It works again. It works with new Jai convention, and now it's a little bit smarter because it like pops initial bool variable, and we can build on top of it. So what I wanted to do next is I wanted to add another macro that I actually want to use. I don't really want to use or return. This is just kind of a, the most kind of complicated case that I can think of. But what I actually need is something more like or log error. When I try to do something, it errors out, and then I just do, oh no, and it will call log error, as opposed to, if not success, you would do like get system error, and then like blah, 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 call log error. So this is something I could actually use. And you can imagine that this macro, it will like insert system error into the scope automatically, and then I can just format it into a string if I want to. So that's something I actually need, and this is a pattern I use in my code all the time. It will be possible with a normal macro, yes, it will be possible. But it will be possible with a normal macro. It will follow a general direction of or return inner. So it won't need this. It won't need this metaprogram part, but it will need this part. So it will do all of this. All of this. Yes, yes, yes. So it will do all of this. It will not have to inspect outer proc header, but it will inspect the root, get its return arguments, and then build something like this, but in a simplified way. Yeah. So I since I had a return already, I just wanted to, I mean, a normal function, would that be possible? No. No, because normal functions do not pass multiple returns. So you need to accept this as a code, as an AST tree, and not as a, something that you execute here. Because in Jai, in order to get multiple returns, you need to explicitly assign them. It's like by design. So I don't know if it makes sense. Because, if you just do it like this and it passes all of the returns, and then, you, for example, changes the signature and now, oh no, the arguments have their return type switched. And it might be very like implicit and not what you want to do. So yeah, John decided that if you want multiple returns, so return type isn't T1, T2, you need to assign them. Yes, 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 because the return types is not a tuple or any kind of data structure. It's literally just like caller allocates a space, and it might be like registers, might be just like it kind of like out parameters in C in a way. It's slightly fancier, but that's kind of the spirit. It's like in Go. So yeah. Um, so yeah, we took a bunch of W's. We took one L that you can't really take a W on now unless you do some, actual like string parsing, right? So what we can do is we can probably um, so this is very stupid. So what we can do is we can insert this like template like I usually normally do, like 10 of these. Then we can compile the workspace. We can type check everything and collect into array. Then we can completely discard that workspace, but only pass the array. And then we can intelligently generate this again and then type check it all over again. So it will mean that we need to compile the entire thing twice just for this. Which is so stupid. I don't even want to think about it anymore. But yeah, there you go. We have our return that works for modern JI conventions. We actually even fixed one bug with the string literal. Still faster. I mean, yes. I mean, come on, it's very easy to beat Rust compilation times, right? So it's what are we talking about? Yeah. Anyway, so I will create our log macro. It's like it's very easy compared to our return. At this point, I think this module, I can probably open source it. I can probably put it on GitHub. Did I remove politics tag? No, I did not. Oh, I don't have it anymore. So Twitch probably removed it automatically. Well, I'll turn it on for the next stream if I don't forget. So seems like Twitch removes the tag. That's weird. Well, thanks for your 5 cents, tool. I will make sure they will be put to a good use. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, let's maybe find someone to raid. I like today's stream, it was quite productive, and we even yapped a little bit, and despite yapping, we were still quite productive. How about that? So, who are we raiding? I mean, there's a colon Q, which is a very easy target, but maybe there's someone else. Somebody like small. Uh, 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 uh. Hmm. Um, unknown. Oh, there's a guy doing NES assembly. That's who we're gonna rate. Puke 7. He has like a relatively low amount of viewers, which is criminal if you ask me. You're in Ukraine? No, DB Dreamer. I am not in Ukraine. Hello. I am in Serbia at the moment. Again, yeah. If you're on YouTube, feel free to hop on Twitch chat for the raid. And if you're on Twitch, stay for the raid, you motherfuckers. You beautiful motherfuckers. Just reading your page here. Yeah, I see. I understand why you would assume that. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate the company. Hope you enjoyed it as well. And I'll see you hopefully tomorrow when we can do some more epic JI programming. Oh shit. Thanks for Bitcoins, Mr. Dreamer. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, that's some stonks before ending the stream, and nice. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace, everyone. Have a good night and good rest of your days. Bye bye.